Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Camcov Podcast. My name is Ainahaq.
And my name is Aysha. We
And
are from
11 Science 1.
and today we'll be hosting for today's Camcov Podcast. Okay, so is it just us two today? Am I the speaker?
Of course not. In this bright sunny day, we need a bright and sunny guest as well. Totally not you.
Okay, so who is it?
Let me give you a hint. She is the youngest among our classmates.
Oh, Afra! That is way too easy to guess.
I haven't said you're correct yet, but yes, today we will be accompanied by our bright and lively guest, Afra! Yay! Hello! Hello, Afra!
How are you today?
Hello, I'm good, alhamdulillah.
How's your PS going? Are there any struggles for you?
Well, yes, because I was a bit surprised when I heard that we're going to have PAS for more than 5 days, but it went out better than I'd expected.
So what are those struggles you have experienced?
Mainly, one of the biggest struggles that I faced was when I thought that I didn't have enough time to study for all of the subjects, because some of the subjects they demanded a lot of deeper understanding for all of the topics, and at some point I decided that maybe I shouldn't study for some of the less important subjects, but it turned out that I did have time to study for them.
Okay, alhamdulillah. We are going through the same difficulties
Yes,
as well.
of
but
course.
We totally understand that, yeah.
Yeah.
After going through those difficulties, do you regret choosing Cambridge curriculum?
Honestly, I am glad I did choose Cambridge curriculum.
Okay.
Why is that?
Because well, I didn't think I would enjoy the Cambridge curriculum because it seemed to be such a big challenge at first, but over time I think I got used to it, I adapted to it, and yeah, I enjoy learning in the Cambridge curriculum.
So, what makes you choose Cambridge in the first place?
Well, ever since I was small, I've always been the type of person that likes to try something new. And in this case, I had never gone through the Cambridge curriculum. And when I heard that our senior high school provides the Cambridge program, I told my mom that I want to try this out because I also heard that the Cambridge curriculum can also bring several benefits, so I decided to go for it.
Oh, so it's your choice.
Yeah, it was my choice.
Is there any difference between Cambridge curriculum and your junior high school curriculum?
Well, for junior high school, I went to a bilingual curriculum, but it followed the national curriculum. So the gap between the national curriculum and the Cambridge curriculum, for me personally, was very big, and Cambridge curriculum offered so many new things. And one of the main differences was that I enjoyed reading the Cambridge textbooks, unlike the national curriculum. Maybe because the Cambridge textbooks have gone through many evolutions and improvements over the years.
Was there any culture shock when you first got into Cambridge, and how do you overcome those things?
Well, the culture shock would be the English language. I didn't expect the English level of Cambridge to be very advanced. And in the past, I had never gone through private courses on English. I've never gone through the international curriculum. So yeah, the culture shock would probably be the use of English language, and it seemed like some of our friends also have been in the Cambridge program for quite some time, and they seemed to be very experienced about it. But yeah, over time I got adapted to it, and I found a comfortable space at the moment.
That's nice to hear. How do you adapt to the difficulties? Did you just get along with it and
Yeah, I decided to go with the flow. I did not force myself to, I have to be able to do this in this short time. I just made sure that I am maximizing my potentials and I put effort into doing what I love, like for example studying and catching up on the materials that I don't understand properly yet. And also one of the biggest things that I put effort into was my fluency in English, because I had never been fluent in English before I went to the Cambridge program. And as I said, it seemed like the English language is such a crucial part of the Cambridge curriculum. So yeah, the way I adapted to it was to focus on improving my English.
Your English now is very good.
Thank you. Yes.
Besides academic, you were also active in Silat, right?
That's right.
When did you start doing Silat?
I started doing Silat back in primary school on first grade.
Is it your own choice, or is there any suggestion from your parents?
It was a bit of both, actually, because when I got to primary school, my parents decided that I have to focus on one field of sport, and they suggested to go for basketball or dance or martial arts. And I did not want to go for dance, I did not want to go for basketball, and the last choice I had was martial arts, which is Silat. And so it was my choice.
Our parents also told us to learn martial arts in primary school. Can you guess what it is?
Yes.
Taekwondo.
How did you know?
I just guessed. Was a lucky guess.
Besides Silat, you can also play keyboard, right?
That's right.
When do you start learning that?
I first learned how to play the piano in my last year of kindergarten. So it's been quite some time, maybe 11 years ago.
You're still learning until now?
Yeah, I'm still learning.
So you have Silat extracurricular and piano
Yeah,
lessons as well?
those are some of my extra activities outside of school.
How do you balance it with your academics?
So yeah, sometimes it can be quite a challenge because well, if you have so many things to do, and especially school takes the time from all of the weekday, from Monday to Friday, sometimes until Saturday. But one of the ways in which I handle these things is that for each of these extracurricular activities, I already have them scheduled for the entire week. So for example, for piano, I have a schedule on Monday evenings, and for Silat, I have them on Saturday and Sunday. So with that schedule sorted out, I can focus on school from Monday to Friday, and focus on piano on Monday evenings, and focus on Silat on Saturday and Sunday.
That's great. How did you keep it consistent in Silat and piano? Because personally, I get bored easily.
Same, actually. So the way I keep my consistency is that the thing is, first of all, I get bored easily as well, but I always have this fear of, if I don't continue on doing this, maybe I would regret it in the future. So that really helps me build up my discipline. So even if I feel bored of whatever that is, I would still keep on doing it, because who knows, maybe in the future I might start enjoying it again.
That's really good. Okay, so you have a lot of things that you are good at, like piano and martial arts. Are there any plans in the future for you?
Oh
Do you have
yeah,
any plans?
when it's related to those extracurricular activities, maybe in the future I could be planning to be a martial artist mentor for Silat, because personally in my experience I haven't met that many female teachers for Silat, and I think if I contribute by being a female teacher for Silat, that can inspire many young girls to also pursue the field of sport. For keyboard, I'm not planning much for it in the future, because I do keyboard mostly as a hobby and less than a responsibility.
Okay, that's really cool.
That is a really
Thank
cool.
you.
Any academic plans for you in the future?
At this point, I don't really have a clear idea of what I'm going to do in the future, but I have maybe I'm probably going to go for something around biology for university, or going for information technology and computer science. I think those fields seem to be very interesting to me at the moment.
Oh, you're also good at digital art.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Promotion. Promote your house.
She's really good at digital art.
And
Kayak
animation.
like super cool.
Thank you.
You guys have to see the collection. Yeah.
Thank you.
What's the
Well,
name of your account?
the name of my account, I have an Instagram account. It's at getlost_sabru.
Yes. Follow.
Thank you. I post some of my art pieces there. I also have done several animations in the past. Yeah. Check it out, guys.
Check it out.
Okay, so lastly, this is the last question. Are there any secret tips in studying? Because you are so very smart.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
Are there any tips?
Well, I don't really have any secrets to my studying, not to my studying methods. I'm actually also very curious about people that have certain studying methods, like they take notes a particular way, but I don't really have those special methods. It's mostly just paying attention in class, and if I find some materials hard to process, I would call for my private tutors at home. And one tip that I can give is probably when teachers say that, oh, we're gonna have a unit test next week, and that means we still have several days, and most of the time I would try to utilize all those days into studying for this exam. So a day before the exam, I don't have to rush all of the materials. I don't have to cover all the materials because some of them have already been covered in the previous days.
Oh, that is really cool.
Thank you.
That is the tips from Afra.
Yay!
You have to try this, right?
We have to try this.
We have to try this also.
in the future so that we can get good grades.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean.
So that was our last question for today's podcast. Thank you, Afra, for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So that is all for today's Camp Off podcast.
See you on another episode of Camp Podcast.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bye.